Hi, I'm FNGR, and this is going to be a long story. This is going to be hard to summarize, but let's give it a go. This story begins in a Discord chat called The Senate. We had a girl come in and ask us for help. She goes by the name Manga Panda or Melly. She first got in touch with us during the Flutter Rocket drama. I don't remember using her testimony before because, well, I didn't like it. And what's more, I kinda didn't need it on account of there being oodles and oodles of pictures of Flutter Rocket's, well, penis floating around. Pics that virtually no one asked for, that he seemed to be all too willing to send and hand out all willy-nilly like. To get caught up to date on that, I'll be including two links to two videos. One where we talked to Flutter Rocket before, and also included the time where he was encouraged to call the police on himself. This video is not FNGR, simply just recalling the golden oldies, but there is a little bit of that. So here's the directory. The first call, we talk to Manga Panda about Luna. That's the young girl, Luna, the young girl that Flutter Rocket has compromised with his nudes. That's about a good 15 minutes. She tells us about Legend, who introduced the kid to Flutter Rocket. As a side note, Panda says Luna being the kid, is a pathological liar. For whatever reason, this kid also seems to think of Legend as a father figure. I have no idea why. Also, we have no proof that Legend themselves has preyed on any kids. But he sure has seemed to put kids in harm's way. Panda name drops Webcake and MLP Songheart in relation to this. I've removed all non-relevant content from the call as best I can, there being 6 calls, those calls being edited down from 18, 15, 33, 57, 37, and 33 minutes total. There's no way we're getting to all that in one hit. If you're heartbroken about content that I took out from the Senate, I also removed the part about beans. Believe it or not, that broke my heart. So, getting to the second call, we decided to talk to the adults first. This was a mistake because, well, the kid ended up being more available, and Lord knows the adults, for whatever reason, seemed less than willing to talk to us than a frightened, traumatized child. Respectively, Luna had more guts, character, and pardon my French, balls than Legend, Flutter Rocket, and Cloudy Brony combined. This took a lot of time, a lot of patience. That said, Flutter Rocket does show up in the second call. The third call, we talk to Legend. Legend is a guy who knows the girl that we talked to in the fourth call. That's still Luna. In the fourth call, we talk to the kid, Luna, and find out that Flutter Rocket did know that they were a kid and sent them a ton of nudes. The kid is quite unhappy about this. The fifth call, we chase Cloudy Brony down to a Discord server called Scarlet's Quarantine. We went to this room after we found out that Clowny was kicking and banning anyone who was trying to get him to remove Flutter Rocket from his server. I'm trying to remember if there are kids in freaking Cloudy Brony's room. That'd be horrifying. In the sixth call, we drag Clowny Brony down into our streaming room, Shut Up Liberal. By then, no one was streaming. We were quite exhausted, and I go as long as I can go at that point. Myself, Rouge, Leo Convoy Reviews, Pasta Opal, Wubcake, Jace, Supernova 1403, who gets into it with Leo Convoy back in the fifth call, as well as Gilda Dash. And Archer, who's finally had his fill of Cloudy Brony. Who thought that'd be the day? It is a knockdown, drag-out verbal brawl, and I've been sorely tempted to put that out first. It's amazing and masterful. But for now, we're going to go with the intro. Sadly, this will be the first 2 calls. Sadly, I still have one half of the call where Flutter Rocket called the cops on himself. That's gonna have to be backlogged now. Do let me know if you guys still want that. There's also a call between Panda, Rouge, and Leo Convoy because Panda had some of their own problems. There are no brakes on this train, kids. Buckle up. We're gonna go until we're done. You got front row tickets to the Season of Blood, and there's no splash shield.
You said something about Legend and Flutter Rocket and the young girl?
Yes, I have.
Alright, can you repeat that for Anthony?
Alright. The young girl is a username named Luna. I've known her for a few years.
Oh, yeah.
She has parted ways with me because she is a bit too graphical and a little bit toxic, I would say. Some people
Melly,
have said
Anthony
before.
wanted to know how old she was.
Sorry. I didn't hear you. You kind of lagged out on my end. She is 15, possibly 16 now. I can't remember her age entirely. I know she's not above 18. But anyway, she has moved to Legends server, and she has been there since. I've seen previous messages of her, but I have her blocked, so I don't see them all the time. All I see is blocked message, and it would be her. So I kind of check on her to make sure she's safe. But anyway, I know for a fact that Legend has told me before that Flutter Rocket has messaged him and has told him where he is going to be offline for a while after the whole situation in Archer server. So he has personal messages from Flutter Rocket, and so that keeps me in close tabs with Legend only because that makes me feel a little bit safer to know if he's going to be around her, Luna. And Luna is apparently chatting with Flutter Rocket. I don't know if they still are or not. I have not heard since then, but Legend has told me in voice call that she has been too much for him, that he would like for her to come back to me. And I told him, I don't think it's appropriate. I don't own her. I am not her mother. I am not any family relationships of her. So I don't see a point. She is a human being. She has her own choice.
What exactly, you mentioned she was too much. Out of curiosity, would you feel comfortable explaining that a little bit?
Of course. She says a lot of stories. Like, she has pathological lying habits and she likes to tell stories, and that her parents, I've witnessed firsthand, I've heard them in the background before. So it is partway true that her parents are a bit much. They treat her like she is someone else when she is an entirely different person. Like, they're treating her like an elegant young girl that needs to get her grades done, her chores done, like a normal child. But she feels she's more than that and wants to express herself, and they have done that before. So her parents are not in the wrong of this. It's just her being a teenager and wanting to express more of herself than usual. But she has also made my server uncomfortable. And after she was removed, a few of the kids have told me themselves that they were glad because they were too scared to tell me that she has been saying mean things about me, even though I have tried to support her, protect her, and care for her as a motherly quote-unquote figure. I don't consider her anything more than that, but I don't do that anymore. I'm no longer that kind of person anymore. I only want to support her for who she is, and if anything were to come wrong, I would either go to someone else or I would just give her some advice and move on from there. That's all I do. But Legend has told me that he has basically let her do as she wants and that she has gone to Flutter Rocket. And he has allowed this even after the situation with the 15-year-old and the picture. I was very furious, but I held my anger, and that's the only reason why I keep close to Legend.
Well,
nothing more.
In full disclosure, Flutter Rocket made a mistake with the 15-year-old. It wasn't intentional. That said, I don't trust him being around or being any kind of guiding hand to really, quite frankly, anyone, let alone a 15-year-old.
he put his dick pics out there in his server when the 13-year-old was around, so...
Oh, I didn't even know about that one, but
I have screen caps for that.
You know what? I'm just going to take your word for it. It sounds completely in character, and he did...
I've already seen his dick. Do you want to send it?
Yeah, no. You know what? I know...
I have pictures of him in a fishnet bodysuit.
No, I'm well aware that no one is contesting that, quite frankly, his penis is quite plastered all over the place. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, if you want, like, screen caps of, like, of course you're going to need evidence for anything, so...
I mean, I was going to ask if Melly had any screen caps for any of this.
No, sadly to say, this is all voice chats related, conversational wise. Is there anything
we know
you
Legend,
would like?
we could probably tap him since he was in Archer server just the other day.
Yeah, I wouldn't... Again, I say this aside to Rouge, don't make friends with this 15-year-old. I'd like to be
not.
Okay, just saying. I wouldn't mind getting a word with her, I guess, just to make sure Flutter Rocket hasn't sent her anything.
That I don't know.
No, you
I
don't have to talk to her, I understand. I'm not looking forward to it.
You're fine. It's just I have been still watching over Legend server, and I have not seen messages of her lately, and it could mean that her parents have found out she was on Discord without permission, and she could probably have gotten her stuff taken away. But the only person I know for a fact that would still have contact with her, and that is, coincidentally enough, the 15-year-old. He is actually online dating her, and it's very clean. They just do calls, they play games together. That's what he has told me so far.
Who is the 15-year-old boy that's dating the 15-year-old girl?
Ivory Sparks.
Okay, I didn't know.
Oh, he's the kid from the Flutter Rocket situation.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I said coincidentally enough. But I believe that the last he told me that they are still dating, even though I hate to say it, he needs to let go.
Oh shit, there you go, Anthony. Look in the fucking. So it's Emmy who is in there, and she's like, "Why do I have permissions? I'm 13." And he says, "You can be underage for asking for the role, because doing that, it won't be my fault because they are the ones that got into that shit. I'm not held responsible for people's actions if they know what they are getting into."
Who
Oh,
said
God.
this dumb shit?
Look in the secretary's
I
office.
told you I have screen caps for all of this, man.
Okay, going to secretary.
Including very some nice images of
Nope,
things.
His penis is floating around. We concede that.
No, more than that.
Do you want to trade dick pics?
Yeah. Are we gonna have to open up the dick exchange?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna censor these.
Oh my, lots going on
I'm of
tonight.
age, my guy. Very good, Ben. I'm assuming Ben's the one who got you these, or Sheldon?
No, I took these.
Okay.
It was me and Jazz. My bad.
Did Archer follow up with Legend?
He yeeted Legend out of the server, and then just barely now, when I made him, he finally talked to Melly after being in call with her for an hour to talk about the situation.
It completely went over his head about the situation.
Yeah, that's par for the course.
Yeah, I saw she was in call, dragged her aside, saw Archer, and Deffen forced him into the call, and was like, "So, Archer?"
We meet again.
I will say I feel
For the
like
last time.
I feel like that was my fault because he was telling me about like how he has been feeling a little down with everyone picking on him about the last video with him in it, and he was like,
Melly,
really,
do you understand what he did?
yes, I do.
A couple times.
I do.
A couple times he's done it.
I know, but I was just trying to be a good friend and tell him, hey, why don't we go to your server and hang out? That's all I was wanting to do. It was nothing more. It was just to
I know,
make
he
him...
was supposed to talk to you about the Legend situation and not have people hold his hand anymore, and people are still having to hold his hand.
Yeah, thank God, because a lot of people on Scarlet server are starting to notice that. He even, what they call a white knight moment. I was having some personal issues with someone, and then I decided to say I want to break, and I'll be back on the server later on.
Do you mean Scarlet Quarantine?
Yeah.
Okay, I had a feeling.
Yeah, and when I left, I put my last message in.
I'm not censoring mine. Telling you that now.
Oh, I'm gonna censor mine. I can't. No, I'm not setting these on. I'm not setting these uncensored.
All right, go ahead, Melly.
I mean, it's the same penis.
Yeah, you're fine. When I sent my last message and left, apparently everybody was going crazy and laughing. And they came to my server and said, "You won't believe what just happened." I'm like, what? Legend said goodbye, my sweet Melody, and I'm like, oh dear Jesus. And they gave him, yeah, they gave him a lot of simps for that.
Pardon the hair.
Milady. Any
Pardon
more
the
questions?
hair.
Yeah, I have had this
Jesus
saved for a
Christ.
while. Like, I forgot about this, and then like the moment someone says Flutter Rocket, I'm like, oh yeah, I have like all of these screen caps of him doing naughty things.
His dick is not in rare supply.
Is there any questions you would like to ask me?
I mean, like I said, I thought we'll need to follow up with the kid, yeah? Or, guys, I'm probably drawing a blank right now.
I came back like a little bit late. I came back and I'm like, who is this manga panda girl? Who is it? What is happening?
Oh, hi. You could call me Melly. I apologize.
Okay, Melly.
I'm just I wouldn't say popular. I would say I'm just a friend of a lot of people that are from around FNGR a little bit. Like, I wouldn't say Archer not that much. But I just been around the situations where FNGR, and he's actually in my personal server where I have him post his videos and support him because I appreciate for what he does.
Yeah, because I own this place, so when I feel like whenever I come back after a break and I'm like, oh look, there's another situation going on either with Archer or something Archer related, I swear to God.
Stalin, I promise you, I'm actually not actively trying to pursue Stalin.
Oh no, I understand. Every time, either when we were in Barrel or here, it comes to us. We don't find it, or maybe you do find it. I have no idea.
Not for Archer. I'm not really
just
looking. I'm kind of.
Yeah, you don't even look. It just plops on your desk, and you're like, oh well, I have to deal with this now. I guess.
I will say I'm glad we're discussing this now because this has been going on for a few months, but during the time of this, it was hectic for a lot of people, especially with quarantine, but I was also dealing with some stress and
Well,
personal issues.
If we
with
can't
my
get a hold of the 15-year-old, should we have someone reach out to Rocket, which means we have to go to Archer to talk to Rocket, maybe?
No, this is Legend. Legend has closer connections with Flutter Rocket.
Okay.
That's fine. We can do that.
And if you want to talk to the 15-year-old, Luna, you would have to go to Ivory Sparks. He has been able to contact her, and they've been using what I believe is called Google Doc. No, not Google Docs. It's some new
Google Hangout?
It's called Google Duo. That's what it's called.
Oh, that.
Well, Leo,
Yeah,
which direction do you want to go next on this?
We go at the adult first, and we then try to get the teenager in here. We go for the adult. We bring Flutter Rocket in here, and we destroy him.
Okay.
Alright, so who do you want me to contact?
Try to avoid contacting Archer if you need to. Head for Legend first. The dude's kind of whimpering already. It's best to hit him while he's down.
Alright, I'll go grab him.
Meanwhile, I'll just be sitting here and like, oh,
I actually want to look for something. I want to see if she's still actually in his server, because I'm in Legend server right now.
I don't know, Anthony, do you need any more screen caps or?
I think he got it.
Okay. I don't know. I just find a bunch of these to be funny. I don't even remember when this happened. Maybe it was like a year ago, 8 months ago. I don't know. I can't get over. Pardon the hair.
At least he was polite about it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother censoring that one. Do you guys have it? Flutter Rocket's face?
No.
Oh, here's his face right there. Jack, my bad. Jazz took that picture.
Come on, where are you?
Yep, that's our guy.
Oh, I don't know if any of you know, but Legend has also made a second account on Discord by the name of Vixen. I just thought I'd give you the heads up there too.
Has Legend done anything with anyone younger, or was he just stalking on someone? I'm trying to remember. There was a long call about him last night.
I don't think he did anything with anyone younger. I just think he and Melly had some issues
So,
or whatever.
yeah, he stalked Melly. That's basically it, and is fucking just obsessive and weird. It's an Archer problem because it's an Archer server.
Getting real
I
tight.
hate to say this. I feel like I'm not the only one that's dealt with this. I felt like Wubcake and Songhart, another MLP friend of mine, has dealt with this.
We know Songhart, she's our friend.
Yep, good people.
Okay.
So
Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
Both,
I joined in a little bit late, obviously, because I was doing something off to the side. What does Flutter Rocket have anything to do with this?
He is the one hanging around the 15-year-old and trying to play pretend he's a father figure to her when he's had no problem sending his dick to people randomly.
Basically.
Supposed to be the father figure. He has played the role of a father figure with the 15-year-old, and he has allowed Flutter Rocket to make contact with him.
Oh, even better. I can yell at 2 idiots for the price of one.
Awesome! I just got Luna to contact me.
Good.
She's texting me now. Thank God.
Okay.
Would you like me to say
What?
ask her or to add her anywhere
no,
particular?
so what we just said, Melly's, we want to talk to the adults first.
What?
We need you to contact. We need you to contact Legend. Get him
I
in
thought
here.
we were able to get Legend without, what's her name? Where we're talking.
I need somebody to contact Legend.
I
Yeah.
tried messaging him. He's not responding to me. He might respond to the person he's super obsessed with, though.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. I didn't hear that. Yeah, I'll try to message him immediately.
That sounds-
My apologies. I'm so sorry. To make it, I'll try to do. Oh no, he's just online. Never mind. I was just making sure he wasn't on his Vixen account.
I'd like to apologize that we're having you contact your stalker,
Oh no, I just messaged him. He's responding to me.
but it's not my
Okay.
room, so I don't have to apologize too much.
Well, you're fine. I mean, he's sadly in my fanfic servers, which is why I kind of deal with him a little bit to
Fanfic.
calm.
So, Melly, when he gets here, are you gonna want to dip out just so you don't put yourself in danger or whatever?
I'm an adult woman. I'm 25. I want to stand my ground and fight my own battle, but I would
Okay.
mind supporting you all and to being here with you all.
He says give him an hour. He's at work.
He works at an airport in Texas, of what he told me repeatedly.
So is there a way to get in touch with Rocket so we don't just sit here and wait?
Is Flutter Rocket not scared shitless right now? Because I know he's
Not really. The
usually
last
runs
time
away.
we talked to him, he had messaged, like, tagged Anthony and something to be like, I'm getting therapy, blah, blah, blah.
Interviewed you about the situation between Flutter Rocket and the 15-year-old, because I know him personally.
Jog your memory, Anthony. They're the one we were very suspicious of because of how they were talking to us.
I knew that, and I wasn't going to say that in Col Rouge.
Melly is chill.
Oh no,
We've
there's a
moved past
reason.
that.
No, since you called me out on the rug, no, Rouge. That's why that call never saw the light of the day, because we were very suspicious of her. Thank
Sorry,
you.
Melly.
No, I understand. You're doing your job. I completely understand. It sounded a little odd.
No,
That
we've
was
learned
just-
now you just have a particular way of speaking that's very different.
That yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I deal with a lot of
So
people
sorry.
who bullshit us, so don't take it personal.
Oh no, I'm not. Again, you're doing your job. And
yeah, all I remember, I don't know who I said it to. Maybe it was Rouge. I was like, that was weird, right? Because I felt like that was weird.
Yeah, that was fucking weird. I don't understand what just happened.
So you know the story about how Rouge got those, right?
No, I do not.
All right, so here's what. After we confronted Flutter Rocket about flashing the 15-year-old, Rouge goes and pulls a gay op, makes a brand new account, gets into. You got into Flutter Rocket server next. Is that how it went?
So these
Oh, I mean, if you lost interest, I'll stop.
No, I haven't lost interest.
Okay, yeah. From Rouge basically went in there. Flutter Rocket then, to his credit, did card Rouge. Rouge shows she's 18. Dick pic immediately. Immediately after 18.
Did you like my dick pics? I got fishnets.
I
It was like
mean-
we got extra dressed up.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I don't think he's necessarily just too aggressive. My God. Just way too aggressive.
I was gonna say the screen caps that I put in the chat, they're dated at the November 2019. That's when we took all those screen caps. He's probably put his face out there, the dumbass.
And we have Facebook and everything.
Good.
After Grizzly put out his literal driver's license on freaking Instagram, nothing
Dude,
surprised
that was
me.
hilarious. Like, I immediately looked at all of his accounts, and then I saw the driver's license. I'm like, you have to be joking. There's no way. Oh, wait, he did.
Who's
Are we
on there?
boring you, Melly?
Oh, sorry. Yes, that was me. My apologies.
Are we boring?
Oh, I'm
Uh,
trying
No,
to...
no.
May I ask?
Melly is short for Melanie, and there's a reason why I use Melanie as a nickname.
If I may ask, I don't know who Melly is. Who is Melly?
Me, manga girl, right here.
Yeah, but who are you?
Oh well,
They're a
I
VA.
wouldn't say I'm any. Yeah, yes, I am a VA. I have been wanting to do some VA work. I might be doing VA work for Scarlet. I'm not sure yet. I'm still debating on it. I have done work for one other person. I have been trying to audition, but nothing's really come up for me. I also sing. I have been trying to get into singing here in the city life that I'm living in now. I've moved to the city in April 1st, so I'm
Okay.
freshly starting off.
Anything better than what I could do when I was voice acting in